So lately there's many discussions on structure and routing. Today I'd like to share with you my view on structure, routing, transformations and reference. This is for your reference, so it doesn't mean that I'm right, but think about it, okay? So let's start with Wing Chun's saying, 来流气送. You retain what is coming and you send it back what is going away. 来流气送. Okay? Maybe there's a better translation, but no, you know what I'm talking about. Now, in no way does 来流气送 talk about structure and routing, but it talks about flow. Okay? So, let's look at structure. So what is structure in traditional Chinese martial art or internal arts? Well, be it internal art or external art, there are three levels of things there. The first thing is called rack or frame or structure. It's 架子. Okay? The second is called 劲 or force flow. The third one is called 势 or momentum. So you have the frame or structure, and then you have the force flow, and you have the momentum. Now, frame or structure, it is like the baby's walking chair. It's something, a tool to learn to walk, or it is a practice to find a good position for the beginner. And like a baby, after one know how to walk, one discard that. One don't use frame anymore because it is like crossing a river. You use the boat. After you cross the river, you discard the boat. Okay, that is what structure is for. If you look at in the Chinese traditional martial arts. So what they want to get into is to develop is the force flow and ultimately the momentum, because in combat it is momentum dictate everything. Okay, even force flow or 劲 is secondary. It's the momentum. Okay, so it's 势. So if you read the Sun Tzu, the Art of War, it talk about 势, it talk about momentum, how to handle this momentum and so forth. So that is the ultimate, or the bottom line of it. Okay? Now, this so-called structure stuff, if one doesn't know about the force flow and the momentum, the ultimate, and keeping thinking that using a structure be able to do a whole bunch of stuff, well, that actually is out of reality, because in reality, what is structure? Okay? Structure is a frame, and when you want to have a dynamic, continuous change, there is no structure but flow. And keeping a structure, you cannot reach flow. And of course, structure is good for the beginner to find the position. Okay. So, it is a momentum, not the structure. And that is my view on this structure. Okay? It is a transition, a stepping stone. It is not the ultimate or the final. Okay, you should not say the ultimate, the final. Okay. The same thing is with the routing. 来流气送 doesn't talk about routing somewhere else. And today, if you ask everybody about in the Wing Chun about routing, 10 person will tell you 10 different things about routing. So what is routing? Okay, and it's all about theory. Why? I tell you the reason why. Okay. Now, if Wing Chun is using the same routing as other art, then you're using either white horse stance or Santin stance instead of the Yi Kang Ma, which is a parallel with the equals or equal shoulder stance. That shows it is not the same category with the so-called the rooted art, which is usually people commonly import from other art into Wing Chun. And you can see a lot of people import those ideas, the rooting ideas, into their art, and they end up changing their Xiu Lim Tao. It's nothing good or bad, but they evolve the Xiu Lim Tao. It's no longer the same with whatever it means to or designs to be. Okay. Now, so is the snake slide or the worm move or the waving, is that routing? Well, there's nothing to do with that. Even if you say about using this waving or snake slide, all those things still doesn't talk about routing, doesn't say anything about routing or absorbing force or something. Okay, these are just physical movement, mimicking physical movement. So you can ask me, so what is my point? It's very simple. If you want to talk about handling force, there's only two things you need to know, which is action and reaction force. So if you say, call whatever you want on routing, define whatever one you want to, about routing, if it doesn't get down to how to handle force and reaction force, then what is one talking about? Grip the muscle and this and that, or and handle the COG and everything. Well, what is that got to do with handling the force coming into you? Or you want to handle this force, manipulate this force, if you do not handle the action and reaction force? So as what I said, one can ask people about routing, and 10 people will tell totally 10 different things, and some is called dynamic, some is called static, some is waving their hand, some will try to absorb and so forth. Well, unless one talk about the action and reaction force, one actually doesn't touch the whole point or key point of what it is about they trying to do. And if you look at the Wing Chun's saying, 来流气送, there is handling action and reaction force. Okay? So this is my view on the routing. Routing can be anything anybody want to say, but if it's not get down to handling action and reaction force, it doesn't touch whatever they keep. Okay? So, okay, the third thing, transformations. Transformation is like a cocoon, a womb. A womb turned into a butterfly. That's called transformations. A womb will not be able to think like a butterfly or act like a butterfly, because they are different stuff. But butterfly is transformation from the womb. Same deal. One needs to transform one's body. One cannot just say, oh, I'm a womb and I'm thinking how to fly. You never know how to fly because you're not transformed into a butterfly yet. Okay? So even people can mimic waving, snake slide, and a whole bunch of stuff, But if you're not transformed inside that, it's easy to read what happened. A worm, no matter how it mimic butterfly, it still can fly. Okay, and there's layer of the transformation in terms of the six core element, the physical layer, the mind layer, the breathing, the chi flow, the momentum, all different. So think about the womb and the butterfly. All these are different stuff. Okay. So in order to get to understand the snake engine and the force flow and the six core element, the body needs to be transformed. That is why in the Wing Chun we have the Xiu Lin Tao, using that as a tool to condition to transform the body into a Wing Chun type of engine. Okay, so this transformation. The last one is reference. People often complain, say, well, you only approve of whatever people study with you and so forth. Well, actually, I don't even take myself serious. So what did I take myself serious? Law of physics, law of the chi flow, which is the nature. I change. Yesterday of me, today, tomorrow, I change. I keep changing. If you don't believe me, you look at my YouTube from the first one until today, you see what changed. It is changing. But one thing doesn't change. I follow, I reference with the law of physics and the law of the chi flow, physiology and so forth. Because that is the ultimate, not me. In Buddhism, it says, 依法不依人. You follow the Dharma, you don't follow any individual. Okay? So, for those who complain about me, approve only the people who study with me, they are mistaken. Because for me, I look at what it is accord to the law of physics or law of physiology or law of chi flow or law of momentum or not. Say for example, Mike Tyson. It is good. Because if you look at his move, it's accord to that. So it is regard of he is a boxer or whoever. If he's doing good, he's doing good. If he's not doing good, he's not doing good. If I do not do good, I do not do good. Then you can argue with me, well, but is this my style work with my partner? Well, you can beat me, but what does it mean? It's relative. What we want to compare is with the law of physics. There's a way what to compare, and there's a way how to reference to, and there's a way how one progress. Okay? Beating somebody or better than somebody doesn't tell much. It's relative stuff. So this is for you today.